Yeah,
Look at his face.
yeah. Too up, too down.
Look at his face.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted the crown and to be celebrated. I rented a tux and I ordered a mink. Stood in the mirror like mama, I made it. Proceeded to brushing the teeth in the sink. Caught me a grill and I'm so melanated. I polished the chain, I ain't gold in the link. And I got me a baby who gave me some babies. I'm raising a lady and building a king. Too cold, you too busy running with another man lane, I guess. Yeah, too bold. I be running on the one way, never change my set like, I don't ever use my signals, yeah. I be in the lane myself, yeah. I don't gotta change my mental, yeah. And I ain't gotta chase my wealth, and I accept my daddy got a kingdom, and everything I ever got is his. If I ever got a problem, I'ma seek him. I never doubt him, been about his biz, oh man, been there. I ain't gotta ride on the wave when the ocean is his. Close with the kid with a
What's good, baby? It's your boy Dale. I'm back in the saddle again. Our motto is to buy, build. We already bought it already, so we already own it, free and clear. Refinance to long-term debt, cash flow. That is the motto. Cliff, man, is that a pretty strong motto, man? What do you think?
Man, the model is strong. Like, you're getting each piece of the invest, right?
What it do, y'all? It's your partner Dale back in the saddle again for another edition of Real Estate Friday Live. It's just gonna be me today, guys. Cliff is out there taking care of some appraisal business, guys, but that's okay. You blessed because you get to see your partner, man. Happy New Year to you guys. I hope your year is beginning off well. Also, Merry Christmas to you guys as well. Also, but guys, today is going to be a real tight. But before we get started, guys, do me a quick favor, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. If there's a button or a bell on the platform that you're hearing your partner on, click on that little bell so when we come live, you get to kick it with us, baby. It is what it is, man. You know, when you're looking fresh, cold, cleaning my ice cold drip. You see it. Anyways, guys, let's dive into the topic real fast, guys. Hey, guys. Man, this has been a very eventful first week of January, politically as well as business-wise. But let's get into this real fast, guys. Hey, guys, we got some topics today, guys. Today, guys, we're going to talk about, man, Trump versus Wall Street when it comes to housing. What? He's talking about banning some people, man, from buying residential homes. Woo-wee. Number two, guys, we also have this here. Who really controls the housing market if this actually happens? Yeah, so number three, tokenization of real estate explained, guys. Man, there's been a lot of comments that I've gotten on all platforms concerning Cliff's take on introducing or implementing crypto into real estate. Man, we're going to talk about that. And lastly, guys, we talk about, man, what is the investor edge, guys? What should we do in today's market? We have renamed Real Estate Friday Live Investor Edge, guys. Investors Edge, guys. This is the new name for the podcast, man. We're going to have some merch coming out, but it is what it is, guys. Let's dive into this thing real fast, guys. Let's dive into this first topic, guys. Yo, Trump versus Wall Street. Man, he is talking about banning institutional buyers from buying single-family residential homes. I want to be very specific with what he's banning them from, right? Let's dive into this topic, guys, because I got a lot of commentary about this, and I have some real-world knowledge of why he may be doing this. We're also going to look at two different type of perspectives. One is pro the banning and against the banning, and also what investors are truly saying in the market of what's really going on behind the scenes, guys. All right, guys, let's dive into this thing real quickly, guys. And then what we can do is we have a look commentary. Here is on CNBC, guys. CNBC. This is when it was kind of announced real quickly, guys. So we're going to go ahead and look at this real fast. It was announced here. And when it was announced, I want you guys to see what's going on. There we go. I want you guys to see what's going on. And let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on. Here we go.
Yeah, Kelly.
Hold on 1 second. This is not what I wanted to do, guys. Give me 1 sec here. 1 second. I got to change the thing. My bad, guys. I got too many things on one time, but I got you. Don't you worry about it. Your partner got you, baby. It's my computer's moving. Right there we go. Now we're good. Let's get to it. Here we go.
The stocks of the institutional owners of single-family rental homes have just been taking a huge hit because President Trump just posted on social media that record high inflation has pushed Americans out of the dream of home ownership, especially younger Americans. And he said, "It is for that reason and much more that I am immediately taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes. And I will be calling on Congress to codify it. People live in homes, not corporations. I will discuss this topic, including further housing and affordability proposals and more, at my speech in Davos in 2 weeks." Now, the key in that statement is that he would need Congress to pass something like that. But it's important to note, large institutional investors, and the biggest names are Invitation Homes, American Homes for Rent, and Progress Residential. It should be known they own less than 5% of all single-family rental homes in the U.S. They are concentrated in certain markets, which can push buyers out in those areas. But the vast majority of rental homes are owned by small to mid-sized landlords, mom-and-pop shops. But again, you can see those stocks are taking a huge hit on that, Kelly.
Yeah, down 5-6%. So, Diana, this was a post on Truth Social. So we'll wait more detail. I imagine, I mean, private equity obviously has a huge component of this, and they've had a lot of, friendly policies from the administration, including things like changing who can access them, trying to get them into 401k plans and so forth. Yeah. Nevertheless, this shows you the administration is doing anything it can. I'm sure it's had 30 different proposals for how it can lower housing prices. They've probably heard 50-year mortgage. We hear various reasons why that wouldn't make much of a difference. Build more supply. Well, I guess that's hard to do. Change the capital gains tax. Fine. They seem to be choosing, of all things, this one, and we'll see how much a difference that makes. But for these business
they're not
models,
necessarily choosing just this one, Kelly. Look, they went after the builders in December, and you may remember that when he said that he was going to force the builders to build more homes, and he was calling them all to Washington to do that. And he did call many of the CEOs of the big public home builders. Their stocks took a hit as well on that. But then nothing came of it because they found, what could Fannie and Freddie, which is what he wanted them to do, what could they do to spur more home building? They're in the mortgage market. So could you lower mortgage rates and get more demand, and that would help them build more homes? But again, it's all in the details. And right now, the details are very scarce. How would you get these large institutional investors to stop buying homes? It would take an act of Congress or something. But remember, these are very big companies with, very strong ties to the administration, especially when you talk about something like Blackstone, which owns single-family rentals.
Yeah, by the way, we're showing shares of Rocket, Zillow, some of the mortgage companies higher. And I guess, Diana, what they perceive to be a potentially an influx of retail demand into a market that, the institutions
I think that's
quote,
a stretch.
Quote had. Yeah,
I would say that's a stretch.
Well, we'll see. Nevertheless, probably more to come still on this front. We'll leave it.
Guys, again, I want you guys to see that, to where you see what's going on here. Is you see that President Trump is announcing on Truth Social of what's going on and what he's trying to get it accomplished. And I would say this: why is this pivotal? Well, you kind of saw what's happening on the market, again, as a private equity investor, guys. Why would this kind of not fit within the private equity space for us when it comes to this type of ban? I'm gonna get to that in a second, guys. But she said something that was very, 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 very important in that clip. I'm not gonna say what it is now, because you're gonna begin to see how the active investor in the space of real estate, from a private equity VC standpoint, it said the exact same thing that she said when it comes to a certain topic. And I'm gonna point it out here in a second. But again, you kind of see that going on. Now, let's go a little deeper now. Now, let's bring in some pundits real quickly here, guys, because there's different thought processes on this topic of if this is a good thing or bad thing. Let's bring in two opposing views on a show called The Rising. It's okay, or it's on the Heel YouTube channel, which is fine. And you'll begin to see the different perspectives from a retail standpoint. I want to point out retail standpoint, right? This is the regular retail buyer. Listen to this perspective. Here we go. Let's get into it.
President Trump announced Wednesday that he was working to ban institutional investors from buying more single-family homes.
Okay.
He wrote on Truth Social, for a very long time, buying and owning a home was considered the pinnacle of the American dream. It was the reward for working hard and doing the right thing. But now, because of the record high inflation caused by Joe Biden and the Democrats in Congress, that American dream is increasingly out of reach for far too many people, especially younger Americans. It's for that reason and much more, I'm immediately taking steps to ban large institutional investors from buying more single-family homes, and I will be calling on Congress to codify it. People live in homes, not corporations.
Now, some of the firms that operate single-family homes include Blackstone, Invitation Homes, America Homes, For Rent, Cerberus, and Platinum Partners. The New York Times notes that in American institutional firms owns about 4% of single-family home rental properties. Trump's proposal has certainly had populist appeal for some time, but Wall Street will likely push back. Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren reacted to the news on X, writing, quote, Donald Trump has not yet lifted a finger to bring down housing costs for Americans. I've been advocating for years to limit Wall Street from buying up America's homes. Enough talk. Trump should start with getting his own party in the House to support a bipartisan bill to bring down housing costs that passed the Senate unanimously. And Congress should work on legislation to stop corporate investors from buying homes. And Senator Chuck Schumer wrote that Democrats tried a similar initiative last year, but Republicans blocked it.
Meanwhile, the right was more optimistic. Senator Josh Hawley wrote on X, this is a terrific idea and long overdue. I will gladly introduce this bill in the Senate. And editor of Large County Highway, Walter Kern, wrote, opening back up achievable middle-class goals is the effective antidote to the Mamdanis and their ilk. They won't like this for that very reason. I see no criticism here.
This is my best policy that Trump ever came out of his mouth in the last. Oh, no, I'm 100% for this. And let me break down exactly why. As somebody who bought a home during the pandemic, there was a lot of investors that were coming in buying up properties because there were really low interest rates. And so as somebody who was really trying to buy my first home and take on this big initiative as starting a family, which is one of the big precursors toward building middle-class American wealth, I saw institutions in real time skip over inspections, pay $10,000 to $50,000 higher than asking price. It's not even worth the house cost because they were going to go in and renovate and sell it and drive the market up. So if they bought like 8 houses in the neighborhood that I'm at and I bought the one that didn't get bought over asking price, now you are making it harder for the average American to come in there because you're rising all the price during these low interest rates because you want to take advantage of the low interest rate rather than the average American. And so I think
I hold on.
it stops competitiveness. I mean, it drives an uncomfortable market where people can't even afford to buy homes. And people like who we're selling this American dream in our country, but making it completely inaccessible by allowing all these huge Wall Street firms to buy up all the homes when they're at decent prices before jacking them up and escalating them and kicking people that are the average everyday American out of the process because they can't afford it anymore.
So you found something Trump did?
So I will say this here. I disagree with. I agree with some of what she said, and because I've seen it with my own eyes here in Texas, and I disagree with some of it. The reason why VCs or private companies were actually buying a large amount of homes is because they had to put some money to work, right? And that money was realistically your retirement money. And yeah, they did overpay for those properties, anywhere from 25, sometimes even 50% over the asking price of new construction properties. She's right about that. But the goal for them was not to sell. They were going to lease those out because they actually wanted their goal was to buy to lease. Why? They wanted the return. They wanted the return. Selling would not accomplish their goal of a return. They had to put money to work. Does that make sense? They could not overpay for a property and then put it back on the market for a higher price point. That didn't make any fiscal sense, and they know that. These are $1 trillion or $1 billion money managers. They're not stupid. So that part I disagree with her on. Did it wound the home buyer? Yes, it did, because it drove up, because they overpaid for the properties, the asking price. She's right about that. Right. So again, she seems to be in favor of this. Let's see if her counterpart is. Let's get to it.
that you like?
I love it. I said again, I will give it, and I can't understand why you don't like this. As somebody who I heard you, I would maybe eavesdrop it. You said you might be looking for a house in the coming years. I know that's something that might be on the agenda for you. Not eavesdropping, we sit right next to each other, but that was exciting to hear about that. Now, you wouldn't like it if all of a sudden you found that BlackRock owned 3 houses on the block, and so 6 months before you started looking, they were going for $500,000, but now that BlackRock bought up 3 and remodeled them, now they're going for $700,000. You wouldn't be so thrilled about that, would you?
First of all, if Elizabeth Warren thinks something is a good idea, I'm against it every time.
Just because?
Every time, automatically. If Josh Hawley's in on it too, I'm even more skeptical.
Damn.
This is socialism. The government
But Trump is in on it too.
Well,
So
Trump's a socialist then. The government has no right to stop anyone from buying homes.
It's not anyone. This is a big company. It's not
I
anyone.
agree.
Stop. What's
It's
the
a
difference?
company. That's what the president said. He doesn't want companies buying homes. He wants people buying homes.
Companies are made of people.
Yeah, but companies are buying them just to jack up the prices. And just
I don't
Correct.
care.
It's not
well,
doing that.
I do care because I want everybody to achieve the American home ownership dream if they'd like to.
Okay,
and they're making it inaccessible for folks.
On housing is a government constraint, not a market constraint.
Correct.
There's an artificially constrained supply of housing in this country because there's too many restrictions on builders, where they can build, what they can build,
He's right.
how tall the buildings can be,
He's right.
all that kind of thing. The investors, this group of people who are going to be prohibited, they don't own a significant chunk of the market.
He's
We would say
right.
it was 4%, and that's just
significant.
for
right.
It's not significant. The
not significant at
constraint
all.
is on the building side.
He's right.
It's not. Also, that why is that bad that they could buy, if they're going to buy the homes, fix them up, make them nicer, and sell them for more, then the richer people go to those homes, and then the homes the richer people would be living in are freed up for people who aren't as rich.
A lot of
it doesn't
people can't even afford the house, and then these same corporations that own the homes are jacking up the rent prices. So they're just constantly putting money before people. And although these companies should buy any land that they want to buy and all the things, when you're talking about actual homes and people trying to purchase their first home, and you're beating them out of this game because you have the money all the way up front because you're a corporation, or you're paying way more than asking price just to outbet the neighborhood so that you can wait to raise prices. This is all just like taking away the American dream for people that want to have home ownership, which leads to wealth in this country. So if you'd like a country where people cannot achieve wealth and only a few corporations can hold all the money in hoarding, then that's great. And I know that you want people to be able to do what they want, but I think that that's not the way.
I think that she's a bona fide socialist. That's what she is. On this topic, I would say she's socialist. She realistically is. And it's kind of strange how people unfortunately are in love with being socialist. I don't understand why that is so attractive to people, for them to be socialist. It didn't make sense to me at all. Why do that? It didn't make no sense. But again, that's what she like to do, and that's fine. Do what you do. It's all good. I agree with the young man, though. He is spot on. I agree with him 1,000%. Corporations are made of people. Now, and he was right, only 4 to 5%, because CNBC said 5%. They say 4%. Let's just say rough case scenario 5%. That's a small number of homes in the U.S. owned by institutional bankers or investors. Very small. She's spot on. I gotta give it to him. It makes total sense. She's a socialist. Let's keep going. I was done.
That the best America could move forward.
I think it's
can
a conspiracy
create
theory,
opportunities
honestly.
for
I think the
Americans
idea
to buy
that-
homes.
I think this is some real kook stuff. The idea that shady businessmen are buying up all the property, and it's just not true.
What do you mean?
False.
I went through the experience in Colorado of watching people companies pay over asking price, and the people were like, "I'm sorry, they're going to pay $50,000 more." And I'm like, "Well, I just am not in a position to do that when the house wasn't appraised for that much. I won't come out of pocket $50,000
Go
more
buy another
because
house.
This company's competing against me."
Go
so I just took an L on the house that we really wanted, and I got a house that I ended up loving.
Hey.
But I was sold that was my house. I was devastated about it, and they're just like telling me in private, like, "Oh yeah, someone else came in. They said they want to pay this much over," and that's not.
That's how it goes when you buy a
Yeah,
house.
but I don't.
Somebody.
I don't want it to be. I'd rather a company. I'd rather.
You're trying to limit
person,
competition.
No, I
You
would
don't
rather
want there
a
to be
person.
competition
I'd
over the
rather
houses.
a person compete with me and have an opportunity for American wealth than a company continue.
So would you be okay if a person did the exact same play that a company did, pay $50,000 over asking price? Would you be mad then? You'd be mad. I believe she'll be mad. She's a socialist. She realistically is. I agree with the young man. I gotta say, I agree with him. He's a true capitalist.
To compete with me is owning 4% of the market.
And it started Mitt Romney this, but companies are people. They're composed of people. It's not like a robot trying to take all the housing.
I don't like it. I agree with Trump here. So get in line with your MAGA friends. It's time to get rid of these policies that allow corporations to just buy all the stuff.
Goes to show that Trump is
Mamdani.
He's a socialist, yeah.
Well, so how can they support him? What happens next? That's we'll have this whole other conversation.
What's next is we're taking ownership stakes in companies, and we're going to we've wrecked the economy, and the economy's very bad, and Trump's very unpopular. So keep doing more socialism and see what happens.
Or we just might.
Again, I gotta say I agree with the young man. He killing the game. I gotta say he's spot on, guys. Now, you have now heard from the retail side. Hey, let's bring in that investor side. Yeah. I'm gonna bring in one of the goats, y'all. One of the goats, actually two of the goats. You know what I'm talking about? But really one of the goats is gonna be talking. Let's bring in one of the goats, y'all, real fast. Let's get his commentary on this from an investor standpoint, right? And let's see here. Now, let me get it right. Here we go. And he's gonna talk specifically about this topic. Let's bring in my man, Uncle G. We call him Grant Cardone. Let's get him. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let me see if I can get. No, here we go. Let's get it right. Hey, this is Ryan Pineda. He's another one of the goats. All right, let's get into it. Here we go.
And on speaker right here. What's up, dude? Dude, I got you live on the podcast right now. We were talking about you. Did you see this new news with your boy Trump?
Of course I did, dude. I knew about that 60 days ago.
So what's going to happen?
You know, I think nothing's going to happen. Everybody that's looking to buy a house, y'all got to quit complaining and acting like victims. Look, 40% of America does not have a mortgage on their home.
Wow.
65% have a mortgage under 4%.
Wow.
Institutions are buying real estate because Americans aren't. And so
What?
Trump's going to do this. He's going to be like, yeah, that's not right. So what? He's a promoter first.
So what do you think these guys like America Home for Rent and stuff who've been buying up all these single families, what do you think they're going to do?
But they're not. Everybody thinks they're buying all the homes. Institutions own less than 5% of all the housing stock in America. You guys are overplaying this thing.
You think Trump's just doing it for PR? Is that the assumption?
Trump is the greatest promotion man in the world. second, maybe to Elon.
I'm gonna put Grant on speaker right here.
So what Ryan Pineda is saying, which I kind of agree with Grant, what they're saying is that, hey, this is a sales play. This is a PR play from Trump. And they may be right. This is an election year. It is. And Trump could be selling on this. And I'd say, hey, and you see just from the previous retail segment that we just saw, the young lady was for this. And as Grant said, and he shook hands with CNBC and also Rising on the Hill YouTube channel, institutional investors only they own less than 5% of all of the homes in the U.S. That is nothing. So is this a PR stunt? The evidence is telling me it may be. This has been overplayed. And Grant made a interesting take. He said that the reason why institutional investors are buying more homes is because Americans are not buying the homes. So you have builders building entire subdivisions right now, and they can't sell them to retail buyers. Or they sell very little, probably less than 1%, to buyers, right? So who steps in? Institutional investors. They got to put the money to work. And what they do is they lease them out to retail individuals. If you are a good retail person when it comes to buying, negotiate a deal with the institutional investors to where you can do a lease option to where you buy it at a certain price point, right? In 3 years, or look at a lease conversion over to a seller finance note. Be creative your damn self. Stop complaining about what they're doing and you counter move. This is not hard to understand. I can't stand people that want the government to step in and say, to do everything to save everybody. That's socialism. What is this garbage? I agree. So you have a retail perspective that we just saw, and we also saw a real live institutional level investor in Grant Cardone let you know exactly what's going on from a PR standpoint and with real world facts. So what are you going to do about it? Bitch and moan, or are you going to kind of move? Which one are you going to do? How about you do this here, right? Copy what the institutional investors are doing themselves. What do you do? Well, you either go buy them yourself or get a group together, go out and be institutional investors yourself. Buy it, do a lease option to a leasee, make it more attractive of the property, and or do a set of finance note. Solve the problem with you being creative. Stop bitching and moaning and wanting the government, who is the worst money manager in the history of mankind, step in and say today, what the hell is this? Let's stop this game. Come on, y'all. Be better than this. Can't stand socialists. This is stupid as hell, man. Dumbass people. Guys, I'll be right back. Good Lord, make no damn sense.
What if you could help families lower their bills and get paid for it? Healthcare premiums, insurance rates, and loan interest just keep climbing higher. And most people just keep paying without knowing that there's a better way. We use a fintech platform that connects people to lower healthcare costs, competitive auto and home insurance, better loan products, higher yield bank deposits, and even ways to cut energy costs, all in one place. It's the same technology that banks and big corporations use currently. But now entrepreneurs like us can leverage this technology to build an income stream and help others save. Take our 30-second assessment to see if this business model is a fit for you. Click on the link, watch the short video after, and let's explore what's possible.
All right, guys, we are back, guys. Let's dive into a topic right now, which is I've been getting a lot of feedback on this topic right here. Because I put out a YouTube short or a reel talking about tokenization. And it was Cliff talking about this. He was talking about turning a real estate into digital tokens, implementing cryptocurrency into the real estate investing and or retail side. And I got a lot of commentary on this topic right here, asking some good questions, right? About how does this make sense? Why would I do this for a renter? These are great questions. I got to say, hey, Hank, I have a praise for you guys engaging on this, right? Even on the long form video on this podcast that Cliff actually did months ago, we still getting to this day commentary on the short and sometimes on long form as well. Also, guys. So I thought it'd be wise to revisit it, guys. Let's get into it. Here is Cliff and I talking about this topic here. All right. This is the future of crypto in this space. All right. Let's hear what Cliff is going to say. Right. And then we'll pivot over to the renting one here in a second. All right. Let's get to it. Here we go. Let's get to it.
Huge mistake. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the major benefits you're going to see of crypto, and then China's going to miss completely out on it, is banking. I think banking is going to completely change, because if you're going to say Tether is now backed full faith by the United States, and other cryptocurrencies are too, I don't even need a bank. I should switch all my to crypto, and that's it. But guess what that means? That means I can travel anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, transfer my money. I don't need to. If I go to Mexico and I decide, we decide to move to the Bahamas for whatever reason, I got to change banks. Right. Why?
Yeah.
Huge.
So in that right there, guys, you see Cliff talking about the flexibility of having crypto shake hands with the government, after in the past, the government has been at odds with crypto. Now they love it. And how with the shaking of hands with cryptocurrency and the government, it offers the consumer, right, or the business more flexibility when it comes to banking. And he even said up front, China's going to regret not getting on this train. He's right. This is the reason why the Trump administration in the first quarter of his first year, they went hard in the paint to pass the the Genius Act when it comes to stable coins. If you want to know what that's about, go to a previous Kind Move podcast or a previous Real Estate Friday Live, right? And me and Cliff go into deep detail about this. We actually review what he's saying. All right? Right there on the spot. Go look it up, guys. So Cliff is talking about the flexibility of cryptocurrency from the consumer and business standpoint to go domestically and internationally, and how that may eliminate the needs for banks. Real talk. All right, guys. So that's one. Now let's go to this next one. I'm trying to see, should I let's see here. Nah, I'll go back. Gotcha. Now, let's go over to the second video, guys, of Cliff. This is the one that has gotten a lot of feedback. A lot. Implementing crypto into real estate. Right? And this is really when it comes to renting a home. Listen closely to what Cliff is saying, and then we'll walk through how this could benefit, to be honest with you, or not benefit real estate. Here we go.
And I've looked at some other ways of, and here I'll give you an idea of how I see crypto integrating into the real estate market. And I think this is a smart idea that someone could pick up, which is to actually start making renters equity holders into the home. So if you have a home worth, let's just say $100,000 and someone's paying rent, with crypto, I can tokenize the property. And so I can say, okay, it's 100,000, whatever, X tokens.
Yeah.
Okay. Every time you pay your rent, you receive a percentage of X tokens. So that's actually given back to you in the form of equity, right? So you're buying pieces of ownership as you go. So now you missing rent. You can tie that to say, if you miss rent once, twice, or whatever, if you're basically saying if you're forced into eviction, you lose your equity.
Wow, that gives incentive for the tenant then. Did you get it? Did you get it? Did we get it? Do I need to play it again? Let me play it again for the folk in the back row. Here we go.
And I've looked at some other ways of, and here I'll give you an idea of how I see crypto integrating into the real estate market. And I think this is a smart idea that someone could pick up, which is to actually start making renters equity holders into the home. So if you have a home worth, let's just say.
So again, he says equity holders. Equity means ownership. Okay, ownership. Let's break it down line by line.
$100,000 and someone's paying rent. With crypto, I can tokenize the property, and so I can say, okay, it's 100,000, whatever, X tokens.
Yeah.
Okay. Every time you pay your rent, you receive a percentage of X tokens. Yeah. So that's actually given back to you in the form of equity, ownership. Right? So you're buying pieces of ownership as you go. So now you missing rent. You can tie that to say, if you miss rent once, twice, or whatever, if you're basically saying if you're forced into eviction, you lose your equity.
Wow, that gives incentive for the tenant then.
And I've thought of.
So again, guys, let me kind of unpack this for the folk in the back row, right? Because people have been commenting, and I've been getting comments, guys, like, how does this benefit me? Why would I do this? Why? The reason why I stopped it, guys, and I played it twice, because I want you guys to hear what's going on, guys. This is about ownership. So it depends on the structure. Okay? What it really depends on. Let me get rid of this video real fast. All right, it depends on the structure, right? That type of plan doesn't fit every structure. So to kind of break it down real fast, and I even went to ChatGPT, and we're going to see this in a second, to look at the pros and the cons for each side, the landlord and the leasee. Right, we're going to see that in a second. So if the goal is to exit as a landlord, let's say in 36 months, right? And you have a lease option or lease purchase structured in said deal. This tokenization scenario could be beneficial for both the landlord and or seller and the leasee and or buyer in that structure. If you do it that way, right? And it incentivizes the on-time payments for the leasee because they are growing in ownership of said property, right? It's very simple. It's not hard. Now, let's look at real quickly how this benefits, right, the consumer. Let me bring it up real quickly. Give me a sec here, guys. Now, I'll bring it up. Let me see. Here we go. This is in Chat GPT. I'm gonna make it bigger. The folk in the back row. Are we going? What's going on? Okay, hold on, guys. My bad. Stop sharing. There we go. Now let's go here. Window. There we go. I want to touch screen. Not just the window. Oh, here we go. Share. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me make it bigger real quickly so you guys can see it. Give me 1 sec here because I want to walk through this real quickly. Oh, you're gonna let me do it. There we go. 1 second. And make it bigger. All right. Can you guys see that very well? Or you guys see that very well? Let's walk through it real quickly. All right. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna bring it over here so you guys can see it. There we go. A lot better. Now let's look a bit. The question was in this video is talking about implementing crypto into real estate by tokenizing real estate to allow for renters to become owners. By when they actually pay their rental payment, they begin to earn equity in by the tokenization itself. All right. Because it asks for that type of thing. So I asked it to analyze the video. Now here are the pros. Right, it says benefits for the renter. Right, here we go. It says rent builds equity, not just expense. Because typically when you actually pay for a lease payment, it's just an expense. This is different. So it's saying, okay, rent builds equity, not just expense. Monthly rent conversion to fractional ownership tokens. Keyword there is ownership, right? Renters build wealth instead of just paying a landlord, right? Remember, it's not building wealth, right? Acts as a modern automated rent to own model. Remember what I said about structure? That's key. Here we go. Lowers barrier to ownership, right? No large down payment required. Why? Because you're building up equity by making your rental payments. Tokenization. No immediate need for mortgage qualification. You got time to qualify for a mortgage, right? 3, ideal for renters with thin credit lines, a self-employed income. Here we go. And recovering credit. 3, participation in appreciation. What you say? You get to participate in appreciation. Why? Because you're growing in ownership. Benefits. As property value rises, token value increases, just like stocks. Renters benefit from market appreciation. Yes, they do. Forced appreciation, renovations, rent increases, rezoning. Yes, sir. You see the benefits, guys? For liquidity and flexibility, tokens can potentially be what you say sold. You can sell them tokens, baby. When we talked about appreciation, here we go, baby. Here we go. Transferred to the kids. And 3, redeemed toward a future buyout. Yes, it can be. Unlike traditional rent-to-own, renters aren't locked into a single exit. So the landlord or the renter has different exits they can do. Look at that. Flexibility in exiting. And at a benefit. 5, psychological buy-in. Renters behave more like owners. Hello. Better property care. Longer tenancy. And reduced turnover. Isn't that something, y'all? Look at that. And lastly, benefits for the landlord, investor. Here we go, baby. So we saw what's going on with the leasee and or buyer. Good stuff. Let's go over to the landlord. Here we go. Reduces vacancy and turnover. We love that, baby. We love heads and beds. Heads and beds. We love our units leased out, right? Renters with equity are far less to leave. Lower make-ready costs. Yes, sir. Leasing commissions. It means we ain't paying so much to these damn realtors. Realtors, we love you. We love you. It can be a little bit much sometimes. Vacancy losses reduces that. 2, higher quality tenants. Yes, sir. Equity earning tenants treat the property like an asset. Yes, so we get a high quality tenant. We love that, baby. Less damage, fewer disputes, more property ownership. Isn't that good, guys? All these benefits, y'all. Here we go. Number 3, monetization without selling the property. We get to monetize, but keep the asset. Holla at your partner. Tokenization allows partial liquidity. Capital recycling. Yes, sir. Retention of title and control. Yes, sir. Investors keeps. Management authority. Yes, we do. Tax advantage. Holla at your partner. And number 3, appreciation upside. Yes, Lord. It sounding good? Yeah. Number 4, alternate capital stack. What you say? Capital just means we can raise capital. What you say? Raise some additional capital. Yes, we can, baby. Token. We get to the back faster. Tokens act as quasi equity. Tenant funded a principal pay down. Yes, sir. Quasi equity, which means we can leverage that thing. We love leverage, y'all. Right? Reduces reliance on banks. What you say, Chuck? What you say? Refinance cycles. Yes, we do. High interest debt. Reduce it. Yes, sir, baby. Reduces reliance on all those 3. Number 5. Here we go. Premium rent justification. Tenants are often willing to pay market plus rent, right? Longer lease terms. Oh, we love long leases, baby, with tiers of it actually increasing based on the market. And because they're earning equity, not just renting. Hey, y'all, I'm liking this. Y'all. It goes into more deeper. It goes more deeper, guys. Here we go. Here's the big picture of why this matters. This model redefines rent. Rent is no longer consumption. It becomes participation. For investors, it's a way to increase NOI stability, reduce risk, monetize without liquidation. For renters, it's a bridge from tenancy to ownership without the traditional friction of lending, credit, and timing. I say it's a win-win. Yes, sir. I'm about to bounce. Yeah. Hey, I'm liking this, baby. Yes, sir. Hey, all that other stuff, man. All this other stuff, man. Let's do this here, man. Hey. Cut it. Because we I'm about to bounce back. Yeah, we see it, Dave. I'm loving this model, baby. What about y'all? That's what I'm saying. I love this model, y'all. Holla at your pod. Hey, now for those that was in the comment section trying to flex as if you know what the hell you were talking about. Hey, re-look at this, y'all, and let me know. Am I off base? Am I making some sense? Holla at your partner. Now, let me ask you a question. With this type of model, right? Blended with this Wall Street thing, because you see this friction between Wall Street and everything as well. Go back here, guys. Who really controls the housing market? The answer should be the consumer. Why? Because this right here, this right here, player. If this is done the right way, this puts all the authority to the landlord and the landlord and or seller and the renter or leasee and or buyer. Why? Because it removes the reliance of banks. And that's the investor edge for today. Don't be afraid, guys, of creativity if it's done the right way. I'm for this. I own no crypto at all. None. Clip owns a lot. I don't own any crypto at all. That right there may have changed my mind. Yes, sir. And you see a big pivot to a digital dollar, cryptocurrency, from a government standpoint to an institutional lender standpoint, and now when it comes to retail, because the Trump administration just just blessed to say that borrowers can now list crypto as an asset on their balance sheet. You guys see that kind of intertwining into everything as well, guys. So what's the average? What's the investor's edge? Look at the hybrid of crypto and your strategy with crypto. You'll equal a new wealth class, because it makes you less reliant on the traditional norms of lending and banking, because it's now between you, the landlord, and you, the leasee. But now you blend it in, landlord/seller to leasee/buyer. It's a win-win. Very simple, guys. Man, that was a good breakdown. Great breakdown, guys. Hey, what I'll do is I'll bring Cliff on probably next week. He'll go a little bit deeper on that as well, guys. But again, guys, I think that's a very good plan. A phenomenal plan, guys. Guys, I would say, man, this has been a very good kind of move Real Estate Friday Live podcast, y'all, man. This has been pretty good. Don't y'all think so? I would say yes, sir. I would say yes, it was. Now, y'all know me, guys. As I'm ending now, guys, this is the reason why when it comes to real estate, make money when you buy, not what you said. When you buy right, you see the strategy we talked about, they can be implemented very easy by doing this. Very simple, guys. So we're giving away a free ebook called Distressed Property Investing. It's free, right? How do you get to access to the free ebook? You make money when you buy. Now, when you sell, if you buy right, you can always sell right, right? Selling is just icing on the cake. How do you get access to this free ebook? It's free. Free. How to locate distressed properties in your city, county, state, or the nation. No matter the market. No matter the state. Right? Simple. DM me the word real estate, or scan on the QR code here on the screen, or if you want to also, you can also in the show notes below, click on the link, answer the survey, go download this real clipper. It's real estate. It is free. Also, if you don't want to get into real estate because it may be complex, I got you, baby. I got it. As a private equity investor, I understand what's going down. All right. We got something called, memorize this term, financial technology, or FinTech, right? It is huge because of the information of AI. AI is allowing for business owners to constrain their operations, right? By really laying off people from jobs. To be honest with you, because through AI, we can run our businesses more efficiently, more effectively, right? We can decrease our operating budget while increasing our rate of return. Make sense, guys? That's what we can do. Now, who's doing this now? Brick and mortar banks. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase, mid-sized banks. They're all doing this, right? They're shutting down a lot of brick and mortar places and really moving a lot of their staff over to a centralized place, right? Also, insurance companies, Geico, Progressive, Farmers, State Farm are doing all of this now. Why? Because of the fact that they want to constrain the expenses to their operations by using AI. Now what happens now, guys, is by doing this is open up a hustle, a side hustle, or a business, a model for you and I to tap into, right? It's what they call a pass-off business model, because those banks and insurance companies have to get access to consumers. That's when we come in, right? It's when we come in, guys. We can effectively pass off the consumer right over to the licensed professional when it comes to banking, as well as when it comes to insurance, right? We're doing it that way. Now, by doing it that way, what happens is we can now earn an income monthly on this. Let me give you an example. What if you could make 4% of when someone makes a deposit into their account? Run a credit card. Pay a mortgage. Pay an investment loan when you buy real estate. I'm talking about apartment complexes and or residential. How about this? When lowering someone's health insurance costs up from 30 to 50% and getting up to a 20% monthly override every month, every single month. How about up to 4% of someone's renter insurance, home insurance, investment property insurance, new construction insurance. Hello, McFly. Do you see the power of this? Because since the companies lowered down their operating budget, it creates a yield that they can pass off to us. It's a win-win. Now, here's how you can get access to this free information. It's completely free for you to learn about this business model. Completely free. And it shakes hands in the real estate section, as well as a home business section as well also. It does. I believe the new 9 to 5 is going to be the home business owner. Let me say it again. I believe the new business owner is going to be the home business owner. Watch. Don't be the person that's been left behind on this. Now, how do you get access to this free information? It's very simple. DM me the word mentor, get your link out today. Number 2, scan on the QR code right there on the screen, right there. It takes right to it. And number 3, in the show notes below, click on the link, guys, and go watch it. It's free. It's free for you to watch. Go learn something new today, baby. All right? But guys, man, this was a good one, y'all. This was a good one. Good time, guys. I hope you learned something today. This is really good for me to put together, guys. And it's kind of cool reacting to one of my videos. It's just pretty cool. But guys, thanks so much for your time. God bless you. All right, guys. I ended every oh, my bad, guys. Also, real quickly, every Thursday at 8:30 p.m., your partner does something called the Accountable Podcast. I got something else. I got to make an announcement as well also in a second. But here is a little bit of a preview of what we talk about on the Accountable Podcast. Let's get into this.
Why they party? I'm in here grinding. Money I'm stacking. Why they rock diamonds? I can't relate to them. Ain't my chick calming. I set a goal for me 2 or 3 commas. 7 figures, 8 figures to 9 figures. On a slow pace to get rich quick. Same time we just think different. Cause when you make it, it hit different.
Yes, sir. Every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. CST, come kick it with your partner when it comes to the Counter Move podcast, guys. All right. Now I have an announcement real fast. I have an announcement really quickly, guys. All right, matter of fact, hold on, here we go. 1 second, guys. Let me get to it real quickly. My bad, y'all. My bad. Hey, do I have it here? No, I don't. It's all good. It's all good. I have an announcement to make, guys. Right? Here's my announcement. All right. Starting most likely in February, I have a new show that I'm going to be doing. It's going to be called the Counter Move Podcast interview series. I did it a little bit last year, but it's going to be called the Whiteboard Sections. Whiteboard session. I'm going to have on business titans come on and talk about where they came from, how they've been able to build their millions and billions. Right? And we're going to walk through how they did it on a whiteboard. Yeah, I'm bringing the boardroom to you. Here's a little bit of a brief kind of a sneak peek to it. What it is. Here we go.
One of the many questions that I receive is, Liddell, how do I get into those rooms? Well, this interview series is just for you. So welcome to the room.
We on now. They respect us cause we on now. Money up, run the whole town, don't we? This power money can't slow down. Money won't slow down. Ooh, we doing a lot. How we got on top. How we got on the top. Network and hustle.
That is the Counter Move Podcast, the interview series, man. It's going to be the whiteboard session. It's going to be me either in my current studio or at another studio, sitting down on a whiteboard. I'm going to be sitting down with the business mogul, walking through how they were able to build their millions, the actual strategy itself. So during that time frame, we're going to market it most likely a week before it actually drops. But guys, I'm trying to see if I can get it done live. So we have some live Q&A. We'll see how it actually goes. But I have 2 guests, actually 3 guests I'm going to bring on, and you're going to love all of them. All of them, guys. They're going to give you the game, baby. But guys, man, that's all I have for today, guys. You know I end it every single time, guys. Before you leave, you can't. You see that thing, baby, because I look better than you. Take that down picture and get your mom there. Holler at your partner. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend. All right, y'all. Holler at you guys. Peace. Still working 40 plus hours a week and still broke. Inflation's outpacing your wages. Insurance is insane. And your side hustle just isn't cutting it. What if I told you there was a way for you to build income by leveraging and using the exact same technology that banks and big corporations currently use right now, with no inventory and no tech skills needed? We have helped hundreds escape the paycheck-to-paycheck trap by sharing smarter services like lower cost healthcare, competitive auto and home insurance, better loan products, higher yield bank deposits, and even ways to cut energy costs, all in one place. Take this 30-second quiz to see if you qualify. Click on the link below or click on the link in my bio. My whole thing is, the one thing I hear a lot of the times when it comes to anybody in real estate is, I don't have the money or the credit or the time or the intellectual property. And I said, okay, no problem. I have the money, have the credit, have the relationships. I'll teach you how to locate a good deal, right? Buy below wholesale.
I love that.
And once I teach you that, right, I'll bring me the deal. Yeah. I help you underwrite the deal, which is fine. I'll even fund the transaction for you as well. So there's no excuses on the table at all. That's why we call that the cash flow club, period. So what happens is, people always ask me all the time, Dale, can you train me? Well, I don't have the time to do that. But what if I set up a platform for it to where you get on-demand training? Anytime you want to, because the training you may need may be after you get off work, early in the morning, during the day. You just log into your account and get the same training as if I'm sitting there one-on-one. We're talking about our attorneys, our general contractors, our appraisers, as well as me, talking about how to structure your business, how to put together what they call a power team. A power team is very important. How to put a deal together, right, and buy it at the right price point. How to market. That's one technique that people don't understand. That you can actually get a list of properties that from your city for free.
Whoa. So walk me through that. Like, you can physically get buildings or homes or properties available for free?
Yeah, I'll send you guys the bill in the mail. It's real simple. What you can do is you can actually call down to your city and ask for the violations division. What happens is you say, hey, I want to see what homes in our city actually have violations. What are violations? High grass, no paint, vacant. You have boards on there. Those are actually violations that the city, or citation that the city has actually levied against that property. They'll give you that list for free. It may be a little bit of a fee, maybe $100.
Sure.
But it is what it is. Then what you do is you actually you can contact those sellers of those properties one-on-one.
Wow, and that's how you make your money. That's one way. That's one way.
If you'd like to learn how successful real estate investors make money when they acquire real estate and not when they sell it, click on the link below, swipe up, DM me the word real estate to download our free ebook, Distressed Property Investing. The blueprint is in the ebook. Stay blessed. I'll let your partner and download the ebook today.
Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Bless God, give thanks. Big God, big grace.